Yo, what's up, hardcore heads? First of all, I'm sorry because it's quite a long time since I made the last video. Sorry about that. I was busy doing a whole bunch of other stuff instead of making videos. But yeah, well, we have unfinished business because we have to mix the track from scratch. Let's get started.
DJ Arjuna Tutorials is brought to you in the best steenkolen Engels we can provide.
So, what do we have here? First of all, we had, of course, our track, and that was slightly different looking because I bounced the audio. Here we have the project as it is. I don't know exactly how you say that, but all right. I don't know. I thought I had a pretty fast computer, but it's taking some time. Yes. All right. Yes, there it is. All the synths, all the automation, and all the stuff. We have the mixer with all the EQs and compressing and so on. So what did I do? When I'm mastering, I always make stems from a song. And for instance, we have here we have silence, and it's a bunch of since I have here, I will solo them out, so I have everything, the automation, but also the sidechain compression. I know there are other ways to do it, but this is my way to do it. For me, it's work like this. For me, it's okay to do it like this. So if you have another DAW, you just have to figure out what's best way for you. So well, let's go back to the stems. Yes, you can go. Thank you very much. So here we have the stems, we have the backspin, samples, I have the vacuum, rave generator, sweeping melodies, well, and so on. The percussion, the break, I separate the kicks into 3 kicks because I use 3 kicks in this song. And then I routed it all to a all group, so I can do the mastering on each channel, and then afterwards I do it at the group channel. So I will switch all my plugins I have used. I will switch them off, and then we can have a look. Take a look. I don't know. Whatever. I don't know why I have this camel fat on the master bus, and here I have the span. This one is for free, and it's pretty good for making your mix visible. Yeah. All right. So if we let's see how the separate stems sound. All right. First I have the backspin. Where's my backspin? Here it is. Here it is. And then I have all the audio of the samples from the voice. I have the Vacuum Pro synth. Here we have the Rave Generator. Sweeping melody, and and this one oh yeah, yes, I know what I did. I was missing something, so I made a offbeat from the sweeping melody to give it some more energy over here. It's on the background, and I did I think I did a yeah, pretty high cuts, low cuts. Yeah. So it's just only there for yeah, just more energy. And I don't want the low from it, so I cut it off. Here we have the 303. The percussion, it's the claps, hi-hats, everything. The breakbeat, yeah, also the break. And here I separated the kicks into 3 different stems. That was easier for me to work with. The kick without a punch. And here we have the crazy kick, which I like very much. And now you can see what I did. I make a kick group. This is where the 3 kicks are going. Then I made an all group with no kick. That's all the other stems. And then I routed everything to an, yeah, it's like an overall group. And it's very handy to level the kicks and the rest of the mix. It's easy to level it. Works like this. So here we have the kick group. I can shut it off. So it's easier to work with, just like I said. So like that, and I did an earlier mastering, and I will show you the settings so you can see what I did. We start with the backspin. I put a limiter on it, and make it louder. That's the only thing I did with the backspin. We can have a before and after. When I turn it off, it's like this. So it's only louder. And with the samples, what did I do with the samples? First I compressed them with a Pro C2. Here it is. And I use vocal compression, aggressive, it's a preset. Just to make it it's more standing out. Then I had an imager from Ozone. And here I don't know, is there any low in it? Yeah, there's a bit low in it. So it's all over the place and we want it's mono. And then I made the others more stereo. It was lacking some stereo width. So we did that, and then also a limiter. Here it is, to boost up the volume a little bit. Then we have the Vacuum Pro. Here it is. Where's the sound? I used Pro Q to give the low cut, to get rid of all the low, of course. And I used a span to take a look at it. LFO tool. I often use LFO tool and give it what's the name of it? Well, yeah, that's quite interesting because I have a brain fart. I can come with the name of this shape. So, if you know the name of that shape, please leave it in the comments for me, because I like I said, I have a brain fart. But I use this a lot on offbeat synths to give it just like a little push. You know, it's not like offbeat precisely within between the beats, but it pushes a bit further. And so it's slightly off timing, and that's a nice effect. And of course here we also have a limiter to boost the volume. That's my way of working. So yes, what did I do, because I'm losing my sound? Where are you? There it is. Come on. So we move on to the Rave generator. Where's the Rave generator? Here's the Rave generator. So here you can filter is opening. So that's a pretty drastic change. Let's see what have I done with a Pro Q. Yes, well, let's make it a loop. So I get rid of some annoying frequencies, and so let's do it one by one. Also a compressor. Let's listen. So to make it come a bit more alive, and then I did a stereo enhancer because the sound was pretty mono. And it's all the way up. I don't use that a lot, but well, for here it seems to work. And I always use an imager, ozone imager, to see what I am doing, and also to make some further changes. Once again, the lows I always make them mono. And I did some more stereo with the ozone. So, and then I did a maximizer, not the Pro L2, but this one. Just to give it some more boost, I will change it to this setting. It uses more CPU, but it's okay. So, well, and then we go to the next one, and that's the sweeping melody. So here we have the sweeping melody. So the only change here I did was a limiter on it to boost the volume. I use a limiter for this, but you can also use a gain plugin if you want to. So it's just for boosting the volume. Let's see. Oh yeah, here I did I put in the extra offbeat. So I just took the offbeat from here, and I cut it, and I take off the reverb, because if you listen over here, then you can hear the reverb. And I didn't want to use it in here, so it's more. You can hear it sounds really different, but for me it was okay like that, because I just only needed the sound, not reverb, because all the other instruments has reverb on it. Well. The Pro Q for low cuts. Here it is. The L2. Once again, boosting up the volume. And an imager to see what's happening with the stereo within the stereo field. And here we have the 303. Here we have a clipper. This is a different how do you say it? A compressor and a clipper, they work different. It has to do with a transient. The one cuts it off and the other pushes it all together. So that's why I used a clipper over here, because for me it sounded just better with a 303 instead of Pro L2 limiter or just a compressor. Okay, let's move on to the percussion and the breakbeats. Yes, here we have them. Once again, the Pro Q to make some changes. I did a high cut and some separate EQing on left and right to make it a bit more stereo. Probably here a side, yes. Here I did some side EQing, cut off the lows from the side because they're unnecessary, and just give it a little boost. Well, it's quite drastic, +5, but it's early hardcore, so we can do things like that. Once again, the stereo enhancer to make it more wide width, and the Pro L2 to boost the volume. So. Let's move on to the kicks. Yes, here we have the first kick, the 909. Just yeah, as I would say, just a standard distorted 909 kick, really easy to make. And I used a clipper and the Pro L2 to boost it. That's quite interesting. So, double boost. Let's have a listen. The first, the classic clipper. Here it is. I have to be careful with it, because if I boost it too much with a clipper, it will destroy the sound of the kick. All the transients are gone, but if we just boost it a little and then put the L2 on it, like this. You still can see the transients coming through, and now we have a nice solid kick. Alright. And here we have our second kick. Pro Q. Just a low cut to get rid of the low under the 30 Hertz. We don't need that. And then again the classic clipper, and I think I use the same settings as the other kick. Yeah. All right, then we have the crazy kick. And let's see the crazy kick. Here you are. And once again, I use the same settings just like the other two kicks, so they're all boost equally. And I see here I have the gig group, but I didn't do anything with it. Let's see, we have one more. What's the audio one? Okay, that's nothing. And then we can go to the all group with no kick, and I think it will be a low cut. Yes, I did a low cut because there's still a lot of low over here, and this is early hardcore, so we also leave a lot of low in it because that's the thing with early hardcore. We don't do clean mixings. It's all a bit rumbly, but that's the authentic sound of early hardcore. And then we can go to the all group. So this is with the kick and everything together. And as you can see, it's coming in pretty drastic, or it's clipping. So I use the gain plugin to make it so now it's around -60 dB, and that's where all the plugins working. They work with a -60 dB setting. And then I did a Pro Q. I think this is for the bass. Just to keep the bass a bit tight, and then I use the compressor. Here it is, some mid control on it. And here I have the ozone, and it's the maximizer. I use the ozone maximizer. and Pro L2. For yet another boost, and then again another Pro L2 to give it the last boost. It's a trick, I think it's coming from Anger Fist, who's using like 3 of those guys on top of each other to boost again and boost again and boost again to make your mix loud. We like loud mixes. So, don't know what's happening quite. What's happening? And I don't know what's happening, but I think it's my audio interface. I have a spare one because my normal audio interface, there was a jack stuck in it, so it has to go back to the store, and they're now repairing it, and my spare audio interface isn't as good as my usual interface. So it's now just I think it's giving up on me. But there you have it. There's one thing I didn't do in this mastering, and that's actually a shame, and that's compare it to other stuff. Usually I take 1, 2, 3 tracks to compare, and I use Medoc Reset quite often because that's really interesting, really good mixing, but this is more an early sounding track, and then I used a lot of like, where it is, we can use some Roughneck, like this one. So I will have it over here, and so let's get rid of these, and now you can change between. This one I have to do some changes because it was loaded into the Crazy Kick bus. Alright, like this. So now we have over here and to make it visible we can use the Span plugin. This is the Roughneck track. And this is, oh no, I don't have to switch it off. Come, please come back. Yes, thank you. So if we compare them to each other, the biggest difference is the volume, and that's because of the crazy 3 maximizers I put on it. But I wanted to, I want my tracks to be louder than the early hardcore from back in the days, because I play a lot of next gen stuff. Let's give it that name. And I know the track we used for reference, it's more early based, but yeah, that's how I do my mastering. I hope you enjoyed it. Give it a like, thumbs up, subscribe, all that kind of shit. See you the next time. Bye bye.